Today I'm at famous Primo's in Los Angeles because I'm about to make everyone's favorite morning indulgence, donuts.
The fun thing about living in LA is there are more donut shops here per capita than anywhere else in the nation. So that says a lot. That means that we love donuts more than we love tacos per capita. Donuts are a huge part of my family history. My dad actually used to work at a donut store until he had to quit for donut-related reasons, but we will get to that later. And this is my favorite donut in the city, Primo's Buttermilk Bar Donut. It's so iconic in Los Angeles. It's my favorite for a few reasons. One, it's giant, so more donut the better. It's simple, it's glazed, it's crispy, it's fluffy, it's everything you want a donut to be. So for the donut I'm going to be making, I want to take the same idea of this crispy, light, delicious buttermilk cake base, and I'm going to add a homemade strawberry glaze on top. So it's going to be that classic pink donut with sprinkles that all of us love. Best part of my day right here. Oh my God. I mean, look at that. Exactly the right amount of crispiness and then perfect cakiness inside. And that's really hard to get. You really want to try to make sure you don't overcook the donut. So we definitely have our work cut out for us in the kitchen, but I don't know, I think we're up for it.
When I think of donuts, I can't help but think of Homer Simpson's donut. Instead of doing a classic buttermilk bar, I'm gonna turn these donuts into kind of that iconic looking pink icing donut. So we're gonna be making strawberry glaze to go on top. The first thing I'm gonna do is sift together all of the dry ingredients. I'm gonna do probably like half of the flour to start so I don't overload the sifter. There we go. In goes the baking powder, baking soda, nutmeg, and some salt. My family has a little bit of a donut problem. My dad got a job at the Big Donut as a teenager, and they had a rule where you can eat as many donuts as you want on the premises. Within about 6 weeks of working there, he gained so much weight that he had to quit. Like, it became that much of a problem. All right, so now I'm gonna get started on the wet ingredients. So I'm just gonna mix this all together. I have my 2 eggs, buttermilk, sour cream, vanilla, the butter, and the sugar. So I'm just gonna whisk this together until it's nice and light. All right, so now I'm gonna add just a little bit of the dry ingredients at a time while whisking this on low. Once you don't see any more white, once it just basically gets incorporated, that's when you're done. You don't have to mix it further than that. All right, so this is done, but you can see it's super sticky. So I'm gonna let this rest in the fridge for at least 30 minutes. It's gonna help everything set and just make it a lot easier to handle. The dough is out of the fridge. I have plenty of deck flour. I just wanna roll it out to be approximately like 3/4 of an inch. So I have this handy little donut cutter. You can also cut them out by hand, but I'm not an overachiever. What I do love about this cutter is you end up with donut holes, which is like the most fun. All right, so I'm just going to cut out the rest of these donuts and then heat up the oil to fry them. The oil is set to 350, so what I want to see him do is start bubbling and then float up to the top within about 10 seconds. So there we go. Okay, that's great. That means that we have the right temperature. I don't want to overload it, so I'm looking at doing, say, about 3 batches of donuts to fry them. All right, so this will be a few minutes per side. I'm just gonna kind of keep babysitting them. I want a nice deep golden brown coloring on the sides. Oh yeah, that's looking good. I'm gonna now take these out and put them on top of a cooling rack. It's just gonna drain out any excess oil. We're going to make a really simple strawberry glaze, and you can do this with any berry that you like. I just love strawberry because it gives it this really vibrant pink color. So I have just a little bit of strawberries, about a cup, a little bit of apple cider vinegar. You could do lemon juice too. Then I'm gonna add some water. And the last thing is the vanilla bean. I love the vanilla bean because it adds this really pretty little fleck to the glaze. So I'm scraping out all the seeds and I'm just gonna add that here. Nice. So I'm gonna turn up the heat to just about medium and let everything come together. Once it looks really juicy, I'm gonna make the rest of the glaze. All right, this looks great. The strawberries have cooked down a lot. I'm just gonna pull out the vanilla bean. So now I'm gonna combine my strawberry mixture and then powdered sugar. And with powdered sugar, you just add as much as you need until you get the texture you want. I'm looking for it to be thick enough that it'll set. It's not gonna just run off of the donut. And this is where those donut holes really come in handy. That actually looks pretty good. All right, so I'm gonna start glazing. I'm just going to take the tops of the donut, put it in like this, kind of let it drip. And then as it does this, I kind of do like a little swoop, and it helps it just sort of get nice and even on top. Beautiful. This is where I need the Primo machine, where it just is like a waterfall of glaze. So while the glaze is still wet, gonna add some sprinkles on top. These are so fun. They're so pretty. And what I love about them too is you can get really creative with the flavors you're doing because you're making them at home. It's honestly just however far your imagination wants to take it. I think this looks pretty worthy of Homer. I bet he would be into this. He would do that thing where his tongue hangs out the side of his mouth and he drools everywhere. How good does this look? I'm so excited. It's just so inviting. It's a giant plate full of donuts and I want to eat every single one of them. So let's see. This one's so pretty. Okay, I'm gonna break it in half and see what it looks like. Oh, that's perfect. You can see it's just barely fried on the outside, perfectly cakey on the inside. All right. And I am a dunker. I do like dunking my donuts. That is so good, oh my gosh. It's not too sweet, believe it or not. It actually has this really subtle sweetness to it. It's so good. You really taste the buttermilk. It has this little bit of tartness to it that's so nice. And then I love the glaze. The glaze really tastes like fresh strawberries. It doesn't taste like artificial anything. All right, well, I'm gonna finish the rest of this entire plate. I'll see you guys later. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. For more videos like this one, click here. To subscribe to Food Network's YouTube channel, click here. Please comment below, like the video if you like it. We love hearing from you. See you later.